Hello, and welcome. Most of us were taught to live in survival mode. From a young age, we learned to protect ourselves, to be careful, to avoid pain, to be accepted, to work hard to be good enough. We were trained to survive, not to truly live. Living from awareness means living in a true way. Not many people know how to live like this, but some have. Think about people like Jesus or the Buddha. They didn't ignore the needs to survive, but they lived from a deeper truth. They didn't get stuck in the illusions the ego makes up. They lived through what is real, not through the fears that make things seem real. To explain more clearly, you are not just your body. You are not your ego. You are not your thoughts. You are consciousness itself. And consciousness is always there. It doesn't need food, money, clothes, or even air. The body needs those things, and that's okay. The ego has helped us stay alive. Without the ego, our ancestors wouldn't have survived. We wouldn't be here today without that survival instinct. But here's the deeper question. What are we, really? We are not only our bodies. The body is part of what we experience, but it is not the core of who we are. Consciousness existed before the body and will exist after the body is gone. If our ancestors hadn't survived, we wouldn't have this experience now, but we, as consciousness, would still be here. Because there is only one consciousness moving through all of us, the same now as it always was. So the point is not to stop surviving. It's to stop being controlled by ego. We use the ego to survive, but we don't need to be its slave. For example, we go to work, earn money, meet our needs, and enjoy life. But sometimes we forget why we do it. We chase money just for the sake of having more. We get addicted to wanting more, and then we are not really living. We are just surviving again. But imagine waking up to the truth that you are consciousness. Not your thoughts, not your fears, not even your body. You can take care of your body and meet your needs, but you don't have to be ruled by fear or ego's desires. You let life happen as it should, and you care for your body with love, not clinging. You don't need most of what the ego says you need to survive. Look at trees. They are the best meditators. They don't try to get approval. They don't collect things or compete. Yet they have been here long before humans and will likely be here after we are gone. Living from awareness doesn't fight survival. It goes beyond it. It lets us live in truth and peace, free from lies. When you know you're not just your body or your story, you become invincible. What harm can come if you know you are more than harm? The survival mode is not wrong. However, it is limited. It's like living in a small room, always locking the doors, always waiting for something bad to happen. But there is something much bigger outside that room. Something always there, peaceful and wide. That is pure awareness. Pure awareness is not an idea or belief. It's not something you have to earn. It's not even something you do. It is what you are. It is the space where every thought, feeling, and experience appears. It is the quiet, open presence that is always here, even when your mind is noisy, even when your feelings are strong. You don't create it. You find it by noticing it has always been here. Imagine life as more than just getting through each day. Imagine living not from fear or reaction, but from clarity and presence. This is what living from pure awareness means. It's changing from, how do I survive this, to what is really here right now. In survival mode, everything feels like a threat. In pure awareness, everything is seen clearly. There is space. There is calm. There is freedom. Here's an example. Imagine you're going through a tough time at work. A fight with a coworker, pressure from your boss, fear of failing. In survival mode, you get tense. You keep thinking about the problem. You try to fix it, avoid it, or control it. Your body is on alert. You feel fight, flight, or freeze. But what if you stop? If you feel your feet on the ground, take a breath and just notice what is inside you. You might feel anger, or worry, or sadness. And in pure awareness, you don't push those feelings away. You let them be, you watch them, you feel them. You let them come and go like waves. You see you are not your feelings. You are the space that lets the feelings happen. And in that space, something softens, something opens. Clarity comes back. Living from pure awareness doesn't mean you don't have feelings or problems. It means you don't get stuck in them. It means you don't believe the stories about them. You are no longer a character trying to survive a drama. You become the watcher of the whole play. You become the awareness that holds it all without judging. This change doesn't mean giving up on life. It means waking up to life. It means seeing clearly through the fog of thoughts, fears, and habits that keep you small. Survival mode makes everything about me, my success, my failure, my image, my pain. But in pure awareness, me is just another thought passing by. You see, you are not limited to your life story. You are the presence in which all stories come and go. So how do you move beyond survival? Not by fighting it, not by pretending you are above it, but by gently noticing it. Notice when you feel afraid. Notice when you try to control things. Notice when you feel small. Then stop. Breathe. Feel your body. Hear the quiet under the noise, and realize you are here. You are safe. You are the one who sees the fear, not the fear itself. Pure awareness doesn't mean you run from reality. It means you meet it fully, without filters. When you live from awareness, life feels more real, not less. You feel more connected, kinder, and more true. You might cry more deeply, laugh more freely, love more openly, but all from truth, not from needing to protect who you think you are. Living from pure awareness also changes how you relate to others. In survival mode, people are often threats, rivals, or tools. You protect yourself, you judge, you compare. But in awareness, you see others as part of the same life. Their pain is not separate from yours. Their joy is not a threat. You listen better. You speak more honestly. You forgive more easily. You relate from connection, not from defense. This is not a one-time change. It is a daily practice, a moment-by-moment remembering. Sometimes you will forget. Sometimes you will go back to old fears or control. That's okay. It's part of the process. The key is not to force awareness. The key is to come back gently, lovingly, again and again. Start small. Notice how you react when things don't go your way. Notice how often your mind is busy. Notice when your body tightens or your speech speeds up. These are signs you are in survival mode. Then stop, breathe, relax, come back to now. Ask yourself, what is really here, right now, under the story? This simple question can bring you back to awareness quickly. Another way to live from pure awareness is to accept not knowing. The survival mind always wants answers, control, and certainty. But awareness is calm with mystery. It doesn't need to solve everything. It rests in the now. And from this resting, wisdom comes. Not from force, but from presence. Even the idea of spiritual awakening can become survival, something to chase or show off. But really, awakening is not something a person does. It is seeing that the person is just a thought and what you really are is much deeper. You are not someone who awakens. You are the awareness where awakening happens. When fear comes, meet it with kindness. When anger comes, feel it fully without blaming. When confusion comes, rest in not knowing. Everything is part of life unfolding. Nothing is outside awareness. You don't have to fix it. You only need to see it, allow it, and remember who you are. This is the invitation to live from pure awareness. Not to run from life, but to meet it fully. Not to fix yourself, but to see nothing is wrong with you. Not to become something new, but to remember what you already are. Peace is not the end. Peace is the space where life happens. So breathe, let go, come home. You were never meant to just survive your life. You were meant to live it fully, deeply, from the quiet of awareness. That quiet is you. It has always been you. You just forgot for a while. But now you are remembering. And in that remembering, you return not to a new self, but to the endless truth. You are awareness itself. And from there, life is not a problem to fix. It is a wonder to see, a dream to wake up from, a song to sing, fully alive and completely free. Thank you for watching.